Wilbon joins us, and boy, it is great to have Michael with us. He is, when it comes to sports journalism, when it comes to journalism in general, the guy is a titan. He is a legend ever since he started working at the Washington Post 46 years ago and doing PTI for the last 25 years.
And PTI is the best show on ESPN.
Yeah. Hey, Michael Wilbon, thanks for joining us, man. Hey, we'll get into this.
Thanks for having me. Are you kidding?
Sure. We're going to get into this New York-Atlanta game in just 1 second. Let me just ask you a question. Which is more surprising to you at this point in the playoffs? That Orlando has a 3-1 lead over Detroit, or that the Lakers, without Luka and Reeves, lead Houston 3-1? Which is more surprising to you?
I guess the Lakers, because they ran out 3-0 without 58 points a game. And, I don't want to ever count LeBron out of anything because that would just be dumb. But people were taking bets on whether the Lakers would get a game, and here they are up 3-1 after being up 3-0 without those two guys. But the thing about Orlando, and I know you guys have talked about this because I watch religiously, Orlando just, I don't know, what the hell were they doing during the regular season, but going on a path that seemingly might get their coach fired, and he's too good for that. But when you have that kind of talent, and I know there were injuries, and I know those guys missed a lot of games, but Orlando never should have been in a play-in situation. At the beginning of the season, I thought they were more like a 4 seed. They'd be playing for home court advantage in the regular season. They wind up in the position they were, so maybe we shouldn't be surprised, and J.B. Bickerstaff did a great job of guiding Detroit through what they went through without enough offensive firepower at all. But I'm going to still say the Lakers. I mean, I just...
The NBA crew just previewed Game 5 between the Hawks and the Knicks at Madison Square Garden. And Shaquille O'Neal made his bold prediction. He put on his Hulk mask and he said the Hawks are going to win this game and they are going to win the series. And I have to say, for the first time in a long time, I agree with Shaq. The Hawks are winning Game 5. And the Knicks are in serious, serious trouble. Let me break this down for you because nobody else will. The first 2 minutes of this video show Michael Wilbon joining the crew from Madison Square Garden. And he paints a picture of tension. He says it is quiet around town. He says there is uncertainty. He says you can feel it. And that is not the vibe of a team that is confident. That is the vibe of a team that is scared. The Knicks know what is at stake. Michael Wilbon said it himself. He said the Knicks must win. He said they do not want to go on the road against this young, energetic team down 3-2. He said the owners have pronounced this a finals or bust situation. And that puts more pressure on everybody. And that pressure is going to be the Knicks' downfall. Because when you play scared, you make mistakes. When you play tight, you miss shots. When you play with the weight of the world on your shoulders, you lose to teams that are playing free. And the Hawks are playing free. Michael Wilbon mentioned that he talked to the Hawks players before the game. He talked to C.J. McCollum. And he said they seemed pretty calm. That is dangerous. That is the calm of a team that has nothing to lose. The Hawks are not supposed to win this series. They are the underdogs. They are the young team. They are the ones with less playoff experience. And that takes all the pressure off. They can go out there and just play. And when they play their game, they are dangerous. Let me talk about what the Hawks need to do to win this game. Kenny Smith said it perfectly. He said the Hawks have to play fast. He said when they play slow, the Knicks have the advantage because Karl-Anthony Towns and Jalen Brunson are great one-on-one players. But when the Hawks play fast, that is when they have an advantage. And the Hawks are fully capable of playing fast. They have athletes. They have young legs. They have Dyson Daniels pushing the ball. They have Jalen Johnson running the floor. They have Jonathan Kuminga coming off the bench with energy and athleticism. If they push the pace, if they get out in transition, if they make this a track meet, the Knicks cannot keep up. Kenny Smith also talked about Jonathan Kuminga. He said Kuminga is a tough cover for the Knicks. He is a mismatch problem. He has championship experience from Golden State. And he is a pretty good defender on Karl-Anthony Towns. That is huge. If Kuminga can come in and bother Towns on one end and then attack the basket on the other end, that changes the entire dynamic of the game. The Knicks do not have an answer for Kuminga's athleticism. And if he plays well, The Hawks have a real chance. The analysts also talked about CJ McCollum. They said he is terrific. But the rest of the young guys got punched in the mouth in Game 4 and did not know how to react. And that is a valid concern. The Hawks looked lost at times in Game 4. The Knicks brought a level of intensity that the Hawks could not match. But here is the thing. That was Game 4. That was on the road. That was the Hawks experiencing playoff intensity for the first time. Now it is Game 5. Now they know what to expect. Now they have seen the Knicks' best punch. And they are still standing. The series is tied. The Hawks have home court advantage for Game 6 if they lose tonight. But I do not think they are going to lose tonight. I think they are going to win. And here is why. Michael Wilbon said the bar for the Knicks became beating the Celtics. He said if they do not even get back to the Celtics in the second round, that would represent a huge failure. That is a lot of pressure. That is a lot of expectation. And the Knicks are feeling every ounce of it. Meanwhile, the Hawks are just happy to be here. They have already exceeded expectations. They have already proven that they belong. And they have nothing to prove to anyone. That freedom is going to allow them to play loose. That freedom is going to allow them to take risks. And that freedom is going to allow them to do things that the Knicks are too scared to do. Let me talk about Jalen Brunson. He is the Knicks' best player. He is their closer. He is the guy they trust with the ball in crunch time. And in Game 5, he is going to have to be superhuman. Michael Wilbon mentioned that Brunson went north of 40 in a Game 5 last year. And the Knicks are going to need that again. They are going to need Brunson to score 40+. They are going to need him to hit tough shots. They are going to need him to carry the offense. Because Karl-Anthony Towns is not going to save them. Kenny Smith said Johnson has not played his best basketball at all. He is at par, but he is no birdies. That is a golf analogy that means he is playing average. And average is not going to get it done in a must-win Game 5 on the road against a hungry Hawks team. The Knicks need Towns to be dominant. They need him to score. They need him to rebound. They need him to protect the rim. And he has not shown that he can do that consistently in this series. So the burden falls on Brunson. And as great as Brunson is, he cannot do it alone. The Hawks have too many weapons. They have McCollum, who is a proven playoff scorer. They have Johnson, who is an all-star caliber player. They have Kuminga, who is a spark plug off the bench. They have Dyson Daniels, who is a defensive menace. And they have depth that the Knicks cannot match. Shaquille O'Neal said the Hawks are going to win this game and they are going to win the series. And I believe him. Not because of the Hulk mask. Not because of the theatrics. UT because the Hawks are the better team right now. They are playing with more confidence. They are playing with more energy. They are playing with nothing to lose. And the Knicks are playing like a team that is afraid of what happens if they lose. That is a recipe for disaster. So here is my prediction. The Hawks come out fast. They push the pace. They attack the basket. They get the Knicks in foul trouble. They build a lead in the first half. The Knicks fight back in the third quarter. Brunson hits some tough shots. Towns gets a few buckets. The crowd gets loud. But in the fourth quarter, the Hawks calm down. CJ McCollum hits a dagger 3. Jonathan Kuminga gets a big steal and dunk. And the Hawks pull away late. Hawks win by 8 to 10 points. The series is 3-2. And suddenly, the Knicks are the ones facing elimination. Suddenly, the pressure is on them to win Game 6 on the road. Suddenly, the Hawks have all the momentum. And the Knicks are left wondering how their season fell apart so quickly. Subscribe to the channel if you want real playoff analysis. Not the easy predictions. Not the Knicks bias. Just the truth about who is actually playing better basketball right now. And comment below. Do the Hawks win Game 5 or is Shaq crazy? I read every single comment. Now let me know your thoughts and get ready for tip-off.